Hello, my name is Jessica Allgard and I'll be performing how to make a self-tape video. All right, so here are just some tips for how to get a good self-tape video, especially for the purposes of our class. So the first thing I want to talk about is setting up your framing. So what I'm filming on is my phone on a tripod, easy peasy. The biggest thing you want to do is have your phone be horizontal so that we're getting some nice playing space this way. And then we're also trying to set up our framing top and bottom so that we have a little bit of room above our head, but not too much, maybe an inch or two. And then we're also getting to our mid chest. This is a good framing for the body. We're also trying to get our camera to be at about eye level. Not that I'm going to be staring down the barrel of the camera the whole time, but it's nice, and it's a nice flattering angle for the face. We also want to think about in our setup the lighting. So the best lighting is sunlight. I've got my face half lit in sun, so I've got a window over here. This half of my face lit very nicely, this a little bit in shadow. Ideally, I would have some sort of ring light that I could have to illuminate this side of my face, or be standing directly in front of a window. If you don't have the best lighting for this video, that's fine. Just if this is something that you're going to continually pursue, I would definitely invest in getting proper lighting. We also want to be in a space that is a neutral background. So, right, I'm just in front of one of the walls in my house. You cannot see all of the clutter and disaster that is around me. I look very professional right now. So again, we want a neutral background, good lighting, and our framing to be horizontally with just a little space above our head and mid-chest on the bottom. All right, so that is for our camera setup. Now for our personal setup. We want to look clean, professional, presentable. My hair is could be a little nicer. If I was really feeling it, I could put some makeup on, but I don't own any. But the biggest thing we want is for our shirts to be also clean and neutral, just like our background. So no busy patterns, definitely no logos. Ideally, you would be wearing something that's character appropriate, right? So if we're going for, if I was going for, an attorney role, then I would be wearing maybe a button down and a blazer. If I was going for a free-spirited bohemian girl, maybe I would wear something with a little bit of a pattern, or maybe just a brighter color, right? So we're going a little bit in character, but we don't have to go wild and crazy with that. So let's talk about slating. Slating is what you do to start your video. Some auditions are going to have very specific requirements for what they want you to say. For our purposes, we're going to go with a standard theater introduction. So you'll say your name, the character that you're performing your monologue from, the play that it's from, and who the play is by. So I'll give an example right now. Hello, my name is Jessica Allgard, and I'll be performing Ariel's monologue from The Tempest by William Shakespeare. The same would apply if we were doing a song. So I could also say, hello, my name is Jessica Allgard. I will be performing It Takes Two from Into the Woods by Stephen Sondheim. And if you're doing multiple of these, you're just going to slate everything at once. So, right, for our purposes, we're doing 2 monologues or a monologue and a song. So you'll just say one right after the other in the order in which you're going to perform them. Also, when we're slating, we're looking directly at the camera because we're addressing our audience, the people that are going to be watching our video. When we're performing our songs and monologues, we don't have to look straight at the camera, right? That is not who our scene partner is. So we can be looking slightly off camera, off to the right, off to the left, maybe slightly above, picking a point of who are we talking to or singing to or thinking about. We always want to make sure that we're connected in the eyes so that our story is coming through, right? Because we're really just telling our story through our face, maybe a little bit of arms in this format. So the connection to the face is going to be super important. All of these components, the slating, the monologue, the second monologue or the song, they do not have to be performed in one singular take. That is a lot of pressure. I've tried to do this video in one take. It's not happening. So it is definitely okay to stop the video when you need to, and then you can edit it later in something like iMovie or QuickTime. This also can give you time to regroup between your song and your monologue, to get your background music queued up for your song, whatever it is. Also, it might take a few takes to get what you want, and that's all right. But this can be simple editing. This, splicing the shots together, it does not need to be complicated in any way. All right, well, I hope this video was helpful in getting you set up for your self-tape auditions. I can't wait to watch. This is a little PS to the video, a few things that I forgot to say in the first go round. First thing is, when you're setting up your camera to film, it can be helpful to have the video facing you so that you can see yourself and what you look like. That can be a little intimidating to be looking at yourself, so totally fine if you don't want to do that. But it definitely is helpful in setting up the frame that you want. Also, if you are taking pauses and breaks between clips, it's really good to just pause for a moment so you have a clean second at the end. You can definitely tell in my clips that I just went straight to turn the camera off and it gets kind of cut off a little bit. So if you just pause for 1 second with a neutral face, then that'll help give you a little bit of cleaner edits between your splices. Also, in your setup, you don't have to use a little Bluetooth microphone. The audio from the camera is fine, especially for our purposes.